Are you noticing your car insurance rate creep up even without tickets or claims? You're not alone. That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry handles the legwork by comparing quotes side by side from over 50 top insurers so you can confidently hit buy. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Jerry even tracks rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Don't settle for higher rates. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/libsyn today. That's jerry.ai/libsyn.
This is the Washington Times front page for Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. The U.S. launched what it called self-defense strikes against targets in Iran in response to the downing of a military helicopter. Vaughn Cockayne and Tom Howe report the strikes targeted Iranian air defenses and radar stations. U.S. Central Command called the operation a proportional response to unjustified Iranian aggression. CENTCOM said the U.S. Army Apache helicopter went down near the coast of Oman while patrolling regional waters. Officials said the two crew members who were in the helicopter are in stable condition and were rescued within 2 hours of the incident. The downing shattered a fragile ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran in the worst spate of violence since all parties agreed to a pause in fighting in early April. California Republican gubernatorial candidate Steve Hilton has secured a spot in the general election as state election officials continue counting thousands of mail-in ballots. Susan Ferricchio reports the latest results from California's Secretary of State showed Hilton in second place in the nonpartisan primary with 25% of the vote, trailing Democrat Javier Becerra's 28%. With 89% of the ballots counted, the numbers indicate the two men will advance to the general election, while billionaire businessman and environmental activist Tom Steyer remained in third place with 22% of the vote. Steyer conceded defeat and urged his voters to back Becerra. Hilton has criticized the state's drawn-out election process. California mails ballots to every eligible voter, with mailed ballots having to be postmarked on or before Election Day. The top candidates in the Washington, D.C. mayoral primary are eager to attack each other's records as the race between former D.C. Council colleagues Janess Lewis-George and Kenyon McDuffie nears its end. Matt Delaney reports the final public forum last week between Lewis-George, a self-described Democratic socialist, and McDuffie, the self-pitched tough-on-crime choice, was dominated by clashes over their respective council records. The two hammered each other over their public safety stances during a recent forum with NBC affiliate WRC, as addressing a wave of teen takeovers has become a top priority for D.C. residents. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser announced last year she wouldn't seek a fourth term, the first time in more than a decade she's not on the ballot. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan has criticized the Southern Poverty Law Center for allegedly having an employee living with a paid informant with neo-Nazi ties. Valerie Richardson reports the Ohio Republican claims the employee was allegedly living with a member of the neo-Nazi group National Alliance. The indictment claims the center funneled $140,000 into joint accounts from 2015 to 2021, which the employee used to pay the couple's personal living expenses. SLPC interim president and CEO Brian Fair defended the organization's use of paid informants and said the allegations would be addressed by the center's attorneys in court. And finally, recent demonstrations in the country of Georgia have shown tensions between its society and increasingly authoritarian ruling regime are rising. Guillaume Patak reports mass protests first erupted against the ruling Georgian Dream Party more than a year ago, and they've increased in recent months, putting the country's once promising path toward joining the European Union on hold. Although small, Georgia possesses outsized strategic value because of its location. The country sits on the Black Sea, bordering Russia and Turkey, and remains among the most pro-Western societies in areas formerly part of the Soviet Union. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/frontpage or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.